Am I the butthole for kicking out my parents and sister for trying to control my life? Throwaway account because I don't want my family members/friends to find out. I, female, 22, moved out of my parents' house last year to a condo that is 30 minutes away. I did this because I hate living with them as they're very controlling and like to force my siblings and me to follow their beliefs. My oldest sister, female, 24, is like my parents, i.e., very traditional and controlling. My parents never approved of us getting a boyfriend, they believe in an arranged marriage, and prohibit us from engaging in premarital sex. But I don't care about these bullcrap. I've had boyfriends behind their backs, and only my youngest sister, female, 16, knows about it as we are very close. I have a boyfriend 23M, whom I have been going out for 8 months now. Yesterday I invited him over to hang out at my home, and we had sex. My oldest sister decided to visit me out of nowhere and caught us. It pissed me off so much that she visited without notifying me. She then started screaming at me and called me a whore for sleeping around. I tried to make her understand that it was my boyfriend, and even if I was sleeping around, it was none of her business. She didn't like my answer and proceeded to call my parents to snitch on me. Well, they were pissed, and my mom started going on about how I committed a sin. I'm an atheist, but she doesn't respect it, and forced me to break up with my boyfriend. My dad even started saying how it was time they find a groom for me so that I would behave. I kicked them out of my house and told them to only talk to me if they're willing to apologize to my boyfriend and me for disrespecting us. My mom is now trying to guilt-trip me by stating that she's my mom and has sacrificed a lot to raise me. I know that she sacrificed a lot, but I'm not too fond of the way she's treating me. I'm 22, not 12. They're still pissed and have spammed my phone. My cousins heard about it and forced me to apologize to my parents and sister for kicking them out and yelling at them. I refused to do that and blocked them. My youngest sister and boyfriend are on my side. She even called out my oldest sister for being a nosy bitch, but nobody is listening to her as she's not an adult. So am I the butthole for standing up for myself and my boyfriend? Edit 1. Everyone asked if I was an Indian, and the answer to that is yes. I'm an Indian but not from India. And my sister got into my house with a spare key I gave her, and I trusted her to use it with my knowledge. But since she breached the trust, I have taken away the key from her and my parents. I don't think I can go no contact with my parents, but thank you, everyone, for your opinion and take on this issue. I definitely will set some distance between us and try to make them understand. But if they still try to be difficult, I'll have to go no contact for a few weeks to make them realize I'm legit about this. Thank you again. As for my youngest sister, she can't live with me now, even though I would love to take her in. But she's also planning to move in with me once she turns 18. My parents are unaware of this. Not the butthole. You're not under their roof. I also hate this thing people say, but they're your family. So what? I know, right? That only makes what the family is doing worse. Original poster needs to cut their contact with the family. Also, the younger sister, even though is right, needs to handle things more diplomatically if she is going to stay with family for some more time. I wouldn't cut contact with the youngest, in case she wants to get away at some point since they seem to get along. It was the oldest sister who ratted on original poster. Yeah, no buttholes here. They were saying that the younger sister needs to be more careful with her words for her own sake rather than saying that original poster needs to cut ties with her. +1. Why punish the younger sister because the older people are buttholes? That is not fair, and she shouldn't do that. At best, she should sit the little sister down and tell her she loves her and tell her she plans to cut the rest of the family off. But the family will probably pressure little sister to contact original poster. In that case, she should ask younger sister to not contact her until she is older, and if need be, house younger sister to protect her from the rest of the family. Because I can assure you, because they think they messed up with original poster, they will arrange a marriage for the youngest as fast as they legally can. If she consents or not. Edit. Yes, I get it. I misread the comment wrong. Can everyone stop pointing it out? I have responded to 5 of those messages. Depending on the laws, I think it might be a good idea for original poster to take in the younger sister and let her live in her house. I am really worried they will find her a groom while she still lives with them, and she will become trapped. She's not to be punished, But she just had to have been more careful. She still lives at her parents' house, so until they can't punish her anymore, she should probably pretend to be on their side and then message in private to Original Poster that she's on Original Poster's side. But they're your family. I'm also family. Why am I being treated so badly? You're making me not want to belong to a family that interferes in my business, screams at me, and violates my privacy. Yep. Needs some deadbolts, ring, and security system. And one of those small feisty dog off Caesar 911. I'm jumping on the top comment to ask about your safety. A lot of women don't think their parents will do something insane, like kidnap them, hurt them, or forced marriage, but it happens. Depending on the country you're in, it might be better for you to move to an address no one knows about. At the very least, change your locks, phone number, and install a security system. Make sure your banks and job know your parents aren't allowed access, etc. Your family sounds like they are teetering towards dangerous. Edit. Thank you for the awards, but please give them to Original Poster or others who need resources to stay safe. Also, even if this doesn't happen to Original Poster, there is a chance it will happen to her younger sister if she's thought to be following the same path. Edit to add, thank you for the award. Or, she's my mom and has sacrificed a lot to raise me. I sacrificed a lot by being raised by you, but you don't see me throwing it in your face. I take huge issue with parents saying they sacrificed for their kids. Unless you are somehow forced into parenthood, you voluntarily decided to bring a new life into this world and you made an implicit contract with the world to raise that child, feed, clothe, nurture and support that child. Anything you have to give up, delay or sacrifice is a result of choosing to enter into this implicit contract and is not the responsibility of the child. If you are unhappy with the bargain you made, that's on you, not your child. Family isn't bound by blood. It's those who are there for you, and will always have your back. This can occasionally be someone you're related to, but it's certainly not exclusive, and definitely not always true. Not the butthole. Would recommend giving them a good old-fashioned block. Not the butthole. My mom is now trying to guilt-trip me by stating that she's my mom and has sacrificed a lot to raise me. Your mom doesn't own you, BC. She raised you. She decided to have kids, so it's her job to raise them. Her raising you is the bare effing minimum. Your whole family sounds toxic and controlling. Who you sleep with is none of their business, and they don't get to decide what you do with your life. You're an adult. They think that because they're family they can treat Original Poster like crap and be forgiven. She does not owe them anything, and if they don't learn to respect Original Poster as an adult, they're going to be in for a fun surprise when Original Poster and her youngest sister stop talking to them as soon as she turns 18. Also, the other sister is a real see you next Tuesday. Edit. Messed up sibling order. Yes, unless a child was literally forced on you, you didn't sacrifice anything for them. You sacrificed things for your own choice and desire to have a child and to be a responsible parent. You know, the thing you are by law supposed to do when you want to be a parent. So, no, Original Poster, unless she was forced to have you, she didn't sacrifice anything for you, so you do not owe her anything. Being born wasn't your choice, so your life and how it affected your parents until you were 18 wasn't your responsibility, so this isn't crafty manipulation tactic to guilt you into doing whatever they want. Not the butthole. Yes, this surprised me. The sister caught her in her home, where she lives by herself. Please change the locks and block them on social media/phone at least for a bit. Your family has no business coming into your home unannounced nor trying to harass you into changing the choices you make in life. Not the butthole. I agree. Very controlling of her sister to show up at her house unannounced. I recommend professional therapy for your sister and that you change your lock, Original Poster. Not the butthole. But Original Poster gave her a key. I hope she learns to never do that again. Came here to point this out. It's weird people watch the Duggars and Platts and whatever else but don't then put together that there's a whole white Christian culture that would behave exactly like this. Why do so many people post about arguing with a family member, and then say that now cousins, aunties, uncles, grandparents etc. are calling or texting to make demands? Where is this normal behavior? Not the butthole. It's pretty normal in places where the culture always puts your family at a priority. In such places, this sort of interference is a norm because you're family. Plus, since original poster is basically breaking all the rules with moving out, being an atheist, having premarital sex, it becomes a huge issue in cultures which place a high value on honor. They will hound you to correct yourself. This sort of comes down to individualist versus collectivist identities in a society. Op's family probably think they're all helping her by trying to prevent her from going down a bad path. Whereas most people on Reddit, especially on subs like this, assume that each individual is free to make her own choices implicitly, so family interference is abnormal. Not the butthole. But, original poster, consider changing your locks if you know your family reacts this way. Depending on culture, they may never accept your current boyfriend, and you're either going to have to suffer their judgments or choose to live without them for an unclear amount of time. Neither seems easy, but it's a choice you're going to have to make. In Indian families, every aunt/uncle/grandparent think they have the same amount of authority as your parents and will make everything you do their business. Some kids ignore them and live their own lives, others spend their lives trying to please people who should really have no say. Also, it's a bit of one-upmanship. The other elders don't care about original poster nor her parents, but any chance to rub in her parents' faces how badly their child is behaving and making a show of how well their own kids behave. Newsflash, the other kids are just better at hiding than original poster is. Not better behaved. Yeah, I never heard from relatives about family stuff. In fact, I resented my immediate family having opinions. I certainly wouldn't have put up with some second cousin twice removed having an opinion. Because a lot of submitters on Am I the Butthole are from non-Western cultures. And there are as a result always some commenters on these threads who ask, why are you even asking this here? This real? Got to be trollin'. Just because they haven't ever left their flyover county once in their life, that doesn't mean the whole world is on the same stage as them. Not the butthole. You don't live in their home, you don't have to follow their rules. Also, why is your sister just walking into your place unannounced and without knocking? Does she have a key? I'd recommend no contact all around, except for your little sister. She sounds awesome for sticking up for you, while knowing it's going to make life harder for her. Yep. Prep a bedroom for lil sis because she's going to want to move out as soon as she legally can. Not the butthole. Your house, your body, your choice. Please visit r/raised by narcissists. Edit spelling. Reddit link. Not the butthole. Not at all. You've been working hard at breaking free from a cycle that you know in your heart is toxic. You know it's not a life you want for yourself. You have made great strides, you have your own place, your own life, and a boyfriend you're happy with. It sounds like you and your little sister are doing great things for yourselves. It's hard to disconnect from family, but this is an instance where going no contact would likely prove beneficial. You broke away from their indoctrination, and are asking if you're the butthole for standing up against it. The answer is an overwhelming no, you aren't. Live your life according to you and your joy. Not the butthole. You're an adult. It's none of their business. It may be time to go no contact though. Not the butthole. What are your safe options? If you are in the US, taking a hard line on your parents' behavior is fine, provided you have the resources to care for yourself and keep yourself safe, which you do. Elsewhere, perhaps not so much. There are places, I know, where the law comes down hard on women who have premarital or extramarital sex, and looks the other way when families do harm to those women in the name of honor. Even in the US, however, while the law will punish families that abuse women who defy them, it is a lot harder to prevent abuse before the fact. Police don't prevent crime, they show up after the fact, or, if you're lucky, they may get there during and be able to intervene. But it's not something to bet your life on. Do keep a record of what is going on, and if they do anything to harm you, in case you need to seek a restraining order or other legal protection. It also sounds as if your family members have keys to your place, if your sister could catch you rather than having to wait by the door until you answered. Change the locks, or get your landlord to change the locks, or at least put on a chain you can fasten from the inside. This does not mean keep them in your life if you think they might be or become unsafe to you. It means that, while you have the right to set boundaries in them, you need to be prepared, and take extra measures for safety depending on both their natures and the context of the culture and law and the place that you are at. You are 22 years old, which is old enough to be making your own decisions. One of the first decisions should have been to lock the door to your condo for unexpected family members to barge in. If they have a key, change the locks now. You're not the butthole. You're just trying to live your life the way you want. Not the butthole. Maybe tell your younger sister to stay out of it. This is too big a mess for someone still being supported by your parents to get into. Also, how did your older sister and parents get in? Time to change the locks. Are your parents supporting you at all? Not the butthole. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.